That's the sound of a big deal. At Wayfair, that sound happens a lot. Dream sofa for half the price? Big deal. New dining table you've been eyeing for months? Big deal. Finally picking up those last few pieces and finishing that bedroom? Now that's a really big deal. Whatever your home needs, Wayfair has the selection, the savings, and over millions of 5-star reviews to back it up. Shop Wayfair.com today before someone else snags your big deal.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
What 4 things can you be doing to avoid being part of the 50% of businesses that fail? Stay tuned and find out.
Welcome.
Okay, here's the question.
You serious?
How are we dark horses? You know, the ones everyone is betting against, the ones they don't expect to win, place, or even show on the track, and they'll even laugh on us when we talk about trying. How do we show the world our greatness and triumph?
Come on.
Well, that's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers.
Let's go.
This is The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. My name is Tracy Brinkman.
And push it up.
Hello, my Dark Horse friends and family. Welcome back to your daily dose of ensuring your entrepreneurial success learning. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman, and you, well, that's infinitely more important. You are a driven entrepreneur, or one in the making, and you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, or just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal, or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And that's why I'm here hitting you with another daily success episode on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur as we dive deep into success with actionable advice, tips, and steps designed to help you level up your game, because as we already know, there are no shortcuts on the road to success except for taking those little steps towards your goal every single day. All right, I'm going to start off today with a slight apology. My voice is a little raspy, as you can already tell. You're like, ooh, I can already hear that, Tracy. Yeah, I was in a really nice slumber last night. Woke up with this hacking cough. Something got in the back of my throat, almost burning a little bit. Anyway, probably inhaled a wicked piece of dust or something. But, you know, we soldier on, right? We face our restrictions and our slowdowns and our concerns, and we soldier on. But I want to chat with you today about, you know, I talk about starting or restarting and kickstarting and, you know, starting to level up your business. And there are so many ways to do that. You know, finding and using your voice, right? That's a couple, you know, and we spent the better part of last week chatting about those. So I don't really think I need to go deeper into those. Well, not yet at least. But I think I do want to, you know what? Let's go here. You know, we've all heard this saying that, you know, you're new to business, right? You're going to have to grind away, and it's going to take a year. I know they talk about, you know, podcasting. They're like, you're going to spend so much time, 2 years before you're profitable. And I've seen others do it. So, you know, you're out there, who says that just because you're starting, that you have to grind away for years in order to be successful? I mean, if you planned effectively and executed with a moniker of intelligence, your new venture could catch a good wind and be sailing towards success quickly, couldn't it? And you know what, if you think about it, that's not the only myth we hear out there. I mean, we hear other myths too, like since you're just starting, it has to be small, or that investing in marketing and advertising on a startup is a waste, or if you have an idea, the rest will follow, you know, and so on and so on. There's probably 100,000 of them out there. But after all, just because it's a new business for you doesn't mean it's a new business for the market or for your prospects or for your customers. I mean, if you think about it for a second, there are hundreds of others, perhaps thousands of others, given the new landscape with the internet, right? Thousands of others that are either starting alongside you or they are already out there in the market. So in order for your new venture to break out of the gate right, hit its stride, and cross that finish line in either a win place or show position, you're going to have to do a few things right, at the right time, and in the right proportion, right? Another one of those things we've all heard, correct, is, you know, that 50% of all new businesses will fail within the first 5 years. We've all heard that, right? If you haven't, you heard now. I read a study that said that the top reasons for the failures of some 287 businesses that were studied were, well, let's run down the list here. Lack of passion, motivation, and commitment. Okay, that's understandable. Scaling too quickly. That one can catch you. Pride in spending, right? Keeping bad company. Avoiding good advice. Lack of core knowledge, and this core knowledge usually is in the realm of business, finance, operations, or marketing. There's that marketing one again. Poor budgeting. Lack of market exposure. No strategy or plan. A poor product or service. That one's kind of self-explanatory. And being profit-focused versus customer-centric. Now, you're probably going, well, yeah, those all make perfect sense, right? But how many times has something made perfect sense? And as you're trudging along, you're firing on all 8 cylinders and you're running at 180 miles an hour down your road towards success, you end up finding yourself doing one or more of those. So, as you look at your new venture to be successful, right, you need to be mindful of all these things. Now, you're going to need more than just an idea and, right, a little bit of cash that kicks things off. You're going to need a passionate drive to succeed. Got it, Tracy. I'm good with that. A solid commitment to persist. Got it, Tracy. I got that too. The patience to let things develop. Oh, wait a minute. Right? Not everyone has that one, right? A keen eye for observation, right? You got to keep an eye on the market. And a willingness to accept input, right? Because someone's going to tell you, dude, right, you're doing it all wrong. Or, dude, if you did it just a little bit differently, like this over here, you'd be like, no, I'm going to do it my way, right? We've stumbled on that. That's that pride piece we mentioned earlier. And then some basic knowledge and skills, right? You're not going to necessarily need to know everything about business and everything about operations and marketing, but have a good core basic understanding. And then you can increase your knowledge as you go along. And as long as your knowledge stays a step ahead of where you're at, you should be good to go. But look, in the big scheme of things, please do not take your new venture lightly. And always remember that how you engage your prospects, clients, customers, and your peers, it matters. For they are part of that ecosphere that can help you launch your offer or product or service like a rocket taking off into outer space. Or they can watch it go on the pad like a wet firecracker. Wah, wah, wah. So, to help you launch like a firecracker, right? Not like a firecracker, launch like that rocket headed out of space, I'm going to give you 4 simple ways to get your venture headed in the right direction for your success. And while these are in no particular order, maybe there's a subconscious order in here. Number 1, have a website or an app or both. No, I know some people will say that a website and an app are a waste of money and that you can use Facebook page or group or Instagram or any other social platforms. And you can, because look, dude, it's 2020. Heck, as I'm looking at my watch here, it's almost 2021 and everyone from preteens, heck, probably even younger, right, to seniors, they're out there surfing and researching online, right? Be it on a desktop, a laptop, their phone. Your prospects and customers are out there on all the social media channels. And sure, you can use that to sell if you want to. But what if something happens to your social account and it's shut down? Well, then you're hosed, right? Oh, it can't happen to you? Trust me, it can. I know of 2 very successful gentlemen who've had this happen in 2020, right? One of them had been around, oh my gosh, I think he's been doing his podcast for 6 years now, had built this thriving community on Facebook and was doing lots of selling and making lots of money in the process, and they shut him down, as did the other one. So luckily, both of these gentlemen had their own websites, but they've had to rebuild their online following as a result. But again, having that website enabled them to keep in touch a lot easier with their customers. And yeah, I hear you. Some of you are out there going, Tracy, look, a website, an app, it's not in my budget. Dude, look, there are plenty of low-cost solutions. Most come with pre-made templates. All you got to do in there is tweak some colors, put in your own information, content, tagline, logos, right? And you're off to the races. Now, if you want more info and more suggestions, shoot me an email at tracy@darkhorseschooling.com, and I'll happily answer your questions personally. Number 2, shout it from the rooftops. Dude, it's your product. It's your service. So you are gonna have to let people know that it's out there. But let's hold on 1 second, shall we? Before you start shouting, there's one thing you're gonna need to do, and that's get your brand aligned. Set up your brand so that it echoes and reflects what it is you're trying to say via your product or service. Set up your brand in a way that it will speak to your core audience. You know, the usual logo, color, visuals that will literally thumb stop your prospects as they scroll through their lives. You know, thumb stop is their, that thumbs is sweep, sweep. Ooh, what's this, right? Whatever it is, you think, well, it's not about you. Here's the thing. Ooh, I think my brand is cool. Well, does it resonate with your prospect? There's the magic question. Now, once you get that done, then you get out there and market the crap out of it. Make sure that your brand, your product, your service, and your message are seen everywhere your prospects are gathering. Make an effort to ensure your message reaches them and has an impact on those that you know you can serve. Oh, and here's another one. Make sure you're marketing at the right time. I mean, having your brand all set up correctly. Oh, this is perfect, right? And then going out there and trying to sell that brand of snowshoes in June in Miami, Florida. Yeah, it's probably going to be a lot harder than you think. Maybe it's a lot harder than trying to sell those same shoes 3 months later in Colorado or the Dakotas. Number 3, one business plus 2 heads equals 3 or more ways to speed up your business. Find yourself a mentor, a coach, heck, even a co-founder to travel along your entrepreneurial journey with you, right? Having someone that has traveled the road before you will greatly increase your odds of success. Only if you're willing to take on the advice that they'll be handing you. Let's put that out there, right? Having someone and paying for a coach or a mentor, or just having a mentor and not taking their advice, yeah, well, that's on you, right? But a mentor, a co-founder, or coach can be someone you can share your good times with. You can reach out to advice for in those bad times. And then they can even motivate you with a kick in the butt or a slap upside your head when you need it during those, oh my God, I cannot take another step times, right? Having someone around that has, let's say, offsetting and yet complementary skills, as well as a different style of thinking, yeah, that's going to be hugely helpful in order to help you avoid mistakes. But it's also going to help you to allow you to see what direction to take when you stumble, you bumble, you trip, you fall, you face plant. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be so emotionally invested that you might be emotionally blinded, right? And they might be less emotionally involved in it, so they can help you see through that emotional blindness and help you. Number 4, do not just deliver. Over-deliver on your promise. If you say you're going to do it, then damn well do it. If you say you're going to deliver, then deliver it. And I would even go so far as to deliver it in a way that the customer is going to say, damn, that was fire, right? Get out there into your business with every ounce of your integrity that you have. And then add some more. Bring your A game with integrity, and your customers will come back over and over and over again. You know what? One step further, they will tell your friends about all the value that you and your business have added to their lives. On the flip side, if you're not absolutely 150% sure that you're going to be able to deliver, don't make the promise. If something happens after you make the promise and you have to modify it, then tell them. Because trust me, they will notice. They might not tell you that they noticed, but they will tell anyone else out there that's listening to them. That's probably a part of your core audience. That's inside their sphere of influence. Yeah, they will tell them about your miss. All right. So be honest. Fess up. Be upfront and maintain your integrity. Step up every step of the way as you over-deliver on your product, your service, or your mission. Look, I know I'm preaching to the choir when I say it's no catwalk to take an idea out of your head and to birth it into reality, and to take that and market it in a competitive market to a prospect that has a firm grip on their wallet and is being very careful not to get burned again. So get out there, study your market, and keep studying it as it evolves so that you can evolve with it. Then enjoy the fulfillment and the rewards that come with you serving your tribe in the way only you can. All right? All right, my Dark Horse friends and family. Tomorrow we're going to talk about fishing for whales. Now, I know you want to keep getting this daily success tips, so make sure you go on down there and hit that subscribe button. Drop us a 5-star rating while you're there. Leave us some kind words in the review, some words of encouragement, some words of improvement. I welcome them all. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.